Minnesota Vikings opening up their regular season here at their brand new billion-dollar facility, and of course they're playing against the Green Bay Packers to do so. Let's show you some of what this stadium has to offer. Badger fans are going to remember this spot for years to come. That's because Bronson Koenig hit his game-winning shot right here as the Badgers beat Xavier 66-63 for a trip to the Sweet 16. There's pep rally going on in here. I found some rowdy Packer fans. Some of them, you hear them. I know you hear them out there. The whole grocery list of Packers out, yet they still lose by just 1 point in Atlanta. Are you impressed still by this Packers team, or was it a loss that's still kind of tough to swallow?
Packers fan.
See, and she's going to save me from all these Seahawks fans that have been causing us so much trouble. One thing Seattle is known for is rain, and as you can see, no shortage of that right now. But Seattle also known for many more of its sights and sounds and food, and we took this weekend to take in some of that, and we met some awesome Packer fans in the process. That's right, Amanda. The Packers, they would go into this game without Clay Matthews, without Ty Montgomery, and without Randall Cobb. But regardless, Aaron Rodgers still throwing 3 first-half touchdown passes, including this one to Trevor Davis, the first career score for the rookie. And Rodgers, he has the Packers rolling. They're up 24-19 at halftime. Back and forth game. Falcons, though, take the lead here behind Devontae Freeman. Almost 700 yards of offense between these teams. 246 yards passing for Rodgers, including this touchdown pass, his fourth. Whew. Nice hit, but ignore the hit, ignore the flag. That's Jeff Janis with the score. But less than a minute left. Matt Ryan, he had 288 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. This one to Mohamed Sanu, extra point, good. Falcons with the lead and one more chance for Rodgers. Perhaps another Hail Mary? Well, he doesn't even get the chance. So this pass going to no one, 33-32. The Packers now 4-3 after losing in Atlanta. And that's where we find Kevin Holden with more on tonight's game. Kevin.
CBS 58 Sports Zone with Earl Arms.
The Packers certainly not strangers to makeshift receiving corps. We see one today with Ty Montgomery, Randall Cobb sitting out. Scott Grazzi, he's in Atlanta with more on the young fellas who stepped in and stepped up. Scott. Detroit, the only other NFC North team in action today, down 17-3, but they do get a fourth quarter touchdown right here with Matt Stafford going to Theo Riddick. But after getting a field goal, Lions, they can't recover the onside kick and their chance for a comeback over. Big time play by Dakota Dixon, giving the Badgers the overtime win versus Nebraska. And now the Badgers moving up in the rankings as they're now 8th in the AP poll after last night's win. Nebraska, they dropped to number 9. But more importantly, Wisconsin, they get a game on Nebraska in the Big Ten West standings with Northwestern on the schedule next week. To the basketball team, they beat Platteville in an exhibition at the Kohl Center. 86-58, the final from Madison. There's the scoreboard right there. Bronson Koenig, he led the Badgers with 12 points in that win. Coach Jason Kidd and his Bucks, they're on short rest after their first win of the season last night at home, but they're on the road in Detroit, trailing most of this game off the turnover right here, though. Jabari Parker to Giannis Antetokounmpo, showing that freaking length. Giannis also showing some range, trying to improve his three-point shooting. Gets 3 of his 17 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists on the night for the Greek Freak. But despite getting this game within 2, the Bucks, they let it slip away. This is Andre Drummond with the putback off the miss, strong with it. Pistons out-rebound the Bucks by 18. They outscore the Bucks by 15. 98-83 your final as the Bucks lose their second of the year.
We get it down to 2, and then defensively, it just wasn't our offense. Our defense, we were holding them, rebounding the ball, and we were limiting them to 1 shot. But once we stopped rebounding, they got opportunities for offensive rebounds, turnovers. They got the lead back up to 10 to end the quarter, and then from there, we just couldn't get any closer.
Things getting juicy at Wrigley Field. The Cubs up on Cleveland 3-2, but remember, Cleveland's up in this series 3-1. Also, the Admirals winning in Rockford 7-2. Your final there. That's your look at sports. We'll be back. Yes, a pretty exciting game here in Jacksonville between the Packers and the Jaguars. It was a pretty eventful first half, too, as the Packers up 21-17. But then in the second half, the defenses kind of took over, or the offenses got a little gas, depending on how you look at it. But each offense only scoring 2 field goals, so 6 points between the two going into the final drive where the Packers needed to make a stop in order to win the game. It would not be easy because the Jaguars converted every 4th down that they attempted up until this point. Now, when the Packers were able to stop Jacksonville on 4th and 14 with an interception, That was taken away by a holding penalty. But then with 23 seconds left and 4th and 1, same situation again, 4th down. Green Bay, though, finally able to get the stop as Allen Hurns, the Jaguars receiver, stopped short of the first down. Demarius Randall, the first Packer there to make the play, effectively giving the Packers the 27-23 win.
I seen my guy blocked, so I was coming in to make a play, and I held him up long enough for our team to pursue and finish.
The quarterback let the ball go, and everybody was to the ball. You know, that's one of the focuses we focused on this offseason was pursuit and finish, and that's what we did.
I mean, it took, 5, 6 guys to get to him and you know, hold him on that big 4th down. So, I mean, that was the game right there. So, big play, and we're glad it went our way.
The Packers not only dealing with the Jaguars, but also this Jacksonville heat. Temperatures approaching triple digits, plus the humidity on the field, too. One of the hottest games these players say they've ever played in, let alone won.
Both sides were dying, but it kind of gives the advantage to the offense because we know where we're going, and we can keep them on the field, keep the momentum going.
I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, it was it's hard to breathe at times, you know, especially that long drive we had there. You know, into the 4th quarter it was tough.
Our players did a great job of preparing, you know, the hydration and so forth. We really didn't have any cramping issues, and we're very proud of the way they fought through it.
The Packers are able to persevere and come out with the win. Coming up in sports, we talked to Scott Grotzky, who has more on Jordy Nelson, who ended up with a big first half himself, including a touchdown in his first game back in over a year. Here in Jacksonville, Earl Arms, CBS 58 News. Yes, Scott, the Bucs falling for a second straight home opener to start their season, 107-96 here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. You mentioned Giannis Antetokounmpo, 31 points, 9 rebounds, about what we would expect from a guy coming into his 4th year and trying to take that next step into becoming a superstar here in the NBA. But you also mentioned Jabari Parker. He played most of this game with foul trouble, ended up with 13 points still, but he struggled a bit. And the Bucs also struggling from 3. It's something that they talked about improving coming into this year. They did not do that tonight. 3 of 16 from 3, something Jason Kidd says they have to do better, among other things.
When you're behind, your margin of error is very slim, and we didn't have anything to play with in that sense, and that put us behind. So we got to be patient. We took some bad shots tonight, you know, as a group.
I think we got to do a better job, you know, giving the extra effort. You know, as coach said, all the 50 balls went to them. Got to do a better job rebounding the ball.
Yeah, Thon Maker, one of the players, one of the rookies rather, making their debut for the Bucs. He actually did not play, but Malcolm Brogdon, a 2nd-round pick, he had 8 points in 21 minutes. So Brogdon getting a lot of time. Jason Kidd saying a lot of people, though, in front of Thon, so that's why we did not see him. Perhaps we may see him a little bit on Saturday against the Brooklyn Nets. They'll be right back here that night. But for now, here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, Earl Arms, CBS 58 Sports. Now, Kevin, the UWM Panthers were a big part of this show last year. That's because they were preparing for their 2nd-round matchup with Villanova. This time around, though, no, they're not a part of March Madness. They had to sit out due to academic sanctions for the team. But senior Steve McWhorter, a part of this Panther team, he says he did not want to leave this program without it being better than it was before he left, even after he graduates. Take a listen. It's senior day at Panthers Arena, and that means it's Racine native Steve McWhorter's last home game as a Milwaukee Panther.
My mindset coming in was just to, you know, give these guys all I could for this last year.
After transferring from Indiana State in 2012, McWhorter helped the Panthers win the Horizon League championship and make their first NCAA appearance in 9 years.
Once you get that taste of the NCAA tournament in your mouth, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it's sweet, and you always want to get back there, but in all reality, it's not a guarantee that's gonna happen every year.
That became reality for the Panthers in 2014, not because of what happened on the court, but off it. A low academic progress rate, or APR, from 2009 to 2013 meant that the NCAA would ban the 2014-15 Panthers from postseason play, meaning no championship, no tournament.
When I first got the news, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I was depressed, I was a little down about it. You know, you never want that for you or anybody.
So for McWhorter, staying at Milwaukee would mean his career would end in February instead of March. But the decision to stay and help make things right became clear.
Once you join a team and you're around it, seeing dudes every day, I mean, it becomes like a family, you know, and family is important to me. You know, I couldn't really look myself in the mirror if I knew when stuff got tough, I just up and left them.
I don't think there's any other family than the Milwaukee Panther family that I would want to be a part of.
Panthers forward J.J. Panoski was also a part of that 2014 tournament team, and while he shares the disappointment of not having a chance to appear this year, he says McWhorter's decision to stay is one he's grateful for.
I mean, the biggest word when it comes to Steve is sacrifice. At the end of the day, you're sacrificing something for people that you love and people that you're around every day. So, I mean, being a senior on the team next year, that's something that I'm going to take with me.
Stay down, Steve, stay down. Oh, yeah.
So McWhorter, Panoski, and the rest of the Panthers did their part to improve their APR scores moving forward, meaning more studying time and less practice time. In turn, Coach Zeter and the Panther staff did theirs.
It's all about, can you do the next right thing? And the next right thing for us was making sure that we have more academic support for our men. We've done that. We went from one advisor, now we have 3.
Your revenue sports are always going to be the ones that need a little bit more of that academic attention. And here maybe at UBWM we didn't have as much of that as we needed in place. And so really even before these sanctions, even before there's any APR trouble, APR penalties, it's something that we proactively were addressing to meet the needs of these student athletes.
Together, the Panthers basketball team earned a 3.0 GPA, the first time that's happened in the history of the program. They also raised their APR score to a perfect mark last season and anticipate another one this year.
Instead of playing basketball, we had an hour going towards academics. So that really helped me now that I'm getting up in my major classes. Now I'm getting tougher classes and things that take more time.
It's just a situation that you really can't control, and you really just got to make the best out of. Our APR score is where it needs to be, and they'll be eligible for the tournament next year. So I couldn't be more proud of my guys. They fought hard, came to practice every day ready, and I mean, it's not the ideal season for a senior to have, but I mean, it's one that I can respect and I can look back on and know that it taught me something.
And as McWhorter takes the floor one final time, he hopes the teammates he's leaving behind have learned something too.
Academics is really number one. It needs to come first before ball, and hopefully all my guys got that message, because they still got to be here and do that for these next couple of years. Now, McWhorter and the Panthers coming out with that win on Senior Day. As a matter of fact, they won their last 4 games to close out the season, finishing their Horizon League record at 9-7. Now, McWhorter, along with Evan Richards, seniors on that team, did not leave the program this year. As a matter of fact, UWM lost no players to transferring due to their APR scores, and I think that makes that team a lot stronger. They feel it make them stronger as a family, and that should help them going into next year and beyond when they are eligible for tournament play.